Last time we started with Microsoft, okay? And Microsoft, okay? I want to talk a little bit about the company's background. They started 75 as what? DOS, disk operating systems, okay? All the PC need Microsoft software to start the system, okay? Then they turn this later on to be what? To be Windows. So Windows make them what? Billions of people using the Windows operating system. Then they, under the Bill Gates, they took over what? All the market in the Office suite. Okay, when I was learning computer, we use WordPerfect. Okay, we don't use Microsoft Word. We use Lotus 123. We don't use what? Excel. Okay, but Microsoft was the company what? Grab all these productivity companies. Okay, and you want to work on the computer, you use Office, PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, okay, all these stuff. So by control the operating system, which is Windows and the Office suite, they make huge money. Okay, and then what happened? Why did Bill Gates step down? Internet browser, they lost the battle. Okay, anyone still use the internet browser? Windows Explorer? No, we use what? We use Google, or we use what? The Foxborough or some other stuff. So they lost that strategically. They didn't spend enough time and resources, and they lost what? They lost the internet browser. Okay, and but Bill Gates was innovative, so he found out a good company. We had to have something else, so he decided to get into what? Video game, Xbox. Okay, but it's not easy because what? Sony PlayStation and then Nintendo have very, very popular and what? Well-established program in the video game. So you know what he did? Cut 20% of the price for the Christmas. Suddenly, wow, everything up. So now Xbox can what? Have a very big market share in what? Video game. Okay, so you can find out, okay, under the Bill Gates, okay, the DOS, the Windows, the Office, the Xbox, he achieved a lot, but he failed in what? Internet browser. So he stepped down. Of course, he wanted to do something okay, else too. So the new guy come up and he tried to move into strategic area. One is what? Cell phone. Okay. We have 3 operating systems about the cell phone. Do you first know what kind of operating systems we use for the cell phone? Apple OS, that's the most important one. What's the other one? Nicholas, do you use iPhone or use Samsung?
iPhone.
Do you know what kind of operating system Samsung use?
Android.
Android, right. So Android is another one. What's the third one? Microsoft, okay? Microsoft Windows, okay? So for the cell phone, you have 3 different platforms in terms of the software, okay? Android, Apple, OS, or what? Or Windows. But how many of you use Windows? No. So they tried to get into the what? Cell phone market. Was it successful? No. Okay. And they also tried to get into what? Hardware, the cell phone. They bought Motorola. Okay. But has anyone used Motorola? No. So Motorola in the 1990s, the #1 cell phone. Okay. A Nokia. Okay. But guess what? Microsoft didn't make it in the cell phone, smartphone area. Hardware, software, they lost. Okay. And they find out iPad and iPhone so popular. So they also, iPhone doesn't work, the Microsoft phone doesn't work, they use what? Surface. Surface is very similar, compatible to what? Competing with what? iPad. Okay, so Surface is reasonably okay, but is it successful? How many of you use Surface? Not too many. So what? iPhone competition didn't win. iPad didn't win. Then they get doing another one called what? Skype. Anyone use Skype? No. Skype is what? For telephone. Okay? Initially, could be a good hit, but why it didn't work? Because social media. Okay? And they don't need the what? Internet telephone system. So this second guy tried to move into what? iPhone, iPad, competition, and what? Voice telephone system. Nothing worked. So they get this new guy coming in, okay, 2014, okay? And he got in. We will talk about, I think, CN Fox just mentioned it, okay, his leadership stuff, but strategically, what's his focus? Number one, LinkedIn. He bought the LinkedIn, billions of dollars, LinkedIn. LinkedIn, to begin with, is what? Social networking, people post resumes and that sort of stuff, okay? Now they can do more stuff, company management, human resource management, a lot of companies, okay? And they got what? Billions of people subscribed to it, okay? So LinkedIn has been good. Then they moved to what? Enterprise computing. In addition to every single person has a what? A window, enterprise, the company-wise system. So they help you to integrate marketing, finance, everything together. A lot of companies, they can use what? Microsoft system to do the entire management more effectively. iCloud and what? Internet security. And so strategically, you really have to have what? A correct direction. Of course, vision is important, but sometimes you also have to have some luck, okay? The guy tried to what? Do the iPhone doesn't work, browser doesn't work, and something unlocked. Something is what? You have to have vision. Donald Trump, okay? He hates what? Amazon, because Amazon boss owns what? Washington Post. And the Washington Post tried to what? Reveal something, okay, bad about Donald Trump from time to time, okay? So last year, just Pentagon, iCloud, some what? Big data security systems, and they moved the contract from Amazon to what? Microsoft. So just Pentagon is what? One contract, $200 million, okay? So you have to move to the right direction. That's the bottom line. Now we talk about this CEO because we're teaching management. I'm not teaching strategy. So let's take a look, okay? This Microsoft boss, okay, in his management. Okay, three major things: empathy, growth mindset, and a diversity. Empathy means what? You have to listen to people attentively. Also, you have to what? Understand and think from what? The people's perspective. So you have to listen to your customer attentively to identify what they want. Because in the marketing, especially high tech, a lot of customers, they don't know what they want. You have to understand them, then educate them and help them to find out the unmet needs, okay? And for the employee, you also have to what? Listen attentively, and you also have to what? Have the empathy. Listen and think from their perspective, okay? Growth, you always have to make progress every day. People can learn, people can make progress. Every single day, you progress a little bit. That's very, very important. Sales, a little bit. Learning, a little bit. Everything, a little bit. then the whole company huge what increase. Okay, so that's why he can make the company flat for a while, then what start to go up. Okay, you always have to what keep on making progress, making progress. Diversity. Why diversity is important? It's a global market. You have to understand. In Kenya, Africa, in Poland, Europe, in Japan, Asia, people have so different. If we do not understand all these customers, how could you maintain a global company? So diversity is what? Necessity. You have to have people from all over the world to work for. Also, what? From the employee's perspective, more diversified means what? More innovation, more talent, and more perspectives. Okay, so he promised by 2025, major ethnic group, their senior management team, going to double the current percentage. So African American have 7%, currently are in this level and above. 2025 should be what? 14%. He wants what? Make the whole internal to be more diversified, okay, to increase everything. And the last one just talked about what? His leadership is integration about what? Empathy and the growth and diversity. He liked to do a lot of town hall meetings, listen to people, okay? He also invite people to give him feedback, okay? That's also MC, okay? Then encourage the growth and diversity. So that's the Microsoft case. After that, we talk about the chapter 1, okay? We started talking about, okay, the company. What is a company? What is a corporation? A group of people work together, okay, to achieve their goal, okay? And what kind of goal? Okay, we want what? High performance. And what is high performance? Efficiency and effectiveness, okay? So what is efficiency? What is effectiveness? And maximize your output. So what? Use this amount of input and achieve what? Highest amount of output. And that's the best way to do things. Effectiveness is how good you are. Are you achieve your goal? How good you are. So I give you folks the example last time. Okay, Samsung want the market share. They don't care about the profit. You sell the Samsung new iPhone. How much money we make doesn't matter. But I want our market share to increase. Okay, Apple is only 20% of the smartphone market. Okay, and the Samsung is the largest market share. So with the more market share, you can do what? Samsung Pay. Do you know there's a Samsung Pay? We have Apple Pay. We also have Samsung Pay. We also have video games. We have all kinds of things. Okay. So if you are a manager, you make a lot of profit. Would you necessarily get big bonus or promotion? No, you could be fired at Samsung. They want the market share. You make so much profit, our market share drop because the bottom line to make the market, to be efficiency, to make profit is what? Increase the price, right? So you help company get several $billion, but what? They use a lot of other side money, not what they want. So efficiency and effectiveness are different. Efficiency, make a note, sometimes very similar to what? Profitability and the productivity. Okay? If you are more efficient, means what? You are more productive. If you are more efficient, means what? Most likely you are profitable. Okay? And the effectiveness is what? How good you move towards your career goal. If you want to be a lawyer, but you got A in biology, in physics, okay? You didn't do well in some of those courses. That will help you to be a law degree. Then what? You are not effective because what? That's just not what you want. Okay, so You have to know that. Then after that, we talk about the major tasks, management definition, 4 tasks, planning, organizing, then what? Leading and controlling. After that, then there's another person called Minsberger, okay? He also mentioned something about what? Uh, yeah, okay? Talking about what? 3 different roles, interpersonal role, informational role, and the decisional role. There are 10 of them, okay? So we talk about management, planning, organizing, leading, controlling, or interpersonal role, informational role, and decision making. So every day you're dealing with people. Every day you are making a lot of decisions. Every day, a lot of information passing through you. Okay, so that's the 2 different perspectives talking about what the management. Okay, then talk about level, 3 level, top, middle, low. But the textbook gave 4. They put the CEO as a different level. That's fine. Okay, and we also discussed very quickly about what major skill, conceptual skill, human skill, technical skill, and the core competency. Okay, so human skill, easy, interpersonal skill. Technical skill, easy, computer and how to operating the machinery. What is conceptual skill? Anyone want to try? What is conceptual skill?
It's like problem solving, just kind of knowing the concept and figuring it out.
Yes, correct. Who was talking? I just missed you. Is that your
It was
personnel?
me.
Okay,
It was Jared.
okay, got it. Let me got your name under the B. Mhm. Yes, problem solving, analyzing, these kind of skills. Okay, so you have to have a conceptualized skill because what? You have to have the ability to analyzing, okay, to understand, to what? To solving the problem, come up with some ideas. Okay, so that's the skill. Core competency. Okay, can someone tell me what is core competency? Anyone?
When you're able to beat out your competitors.
Yeah, correct. Any, I got you. Core competency, talking about something you outperform other people. Okay, so in this class, okay, I don't want to be a random student in the class. I want to outperform other people. I want to have what? A very unique things in certain area. That's called competence. So a lot of company, to be able to compete, you have to have a core competency. Apple, technology, innovation, and quality, right? And Microsoft, all the company, Xerox machine, Xerox, they do copy machine. So you have to have something very unique. Nobody can compete with you. That's called core competence. Okay. If you do a Chinese restaurant, do you have a core competency? No, because anyone have what, $30,000 can open a store in a restaurant in the corner. Okay, so you have to have something difficult to replace. You have to be outperforming other people. Okay, that's core competency. And talking about the competition, we'll be talking about again. Okay, the last one I want to mention a little bit is what? Recent changes. What's the recent change? Okay, in the management field. First one last time we talked about is what? Restructuring. Can someone tell me what is restructuring? What is restructuring?
Downsizing or shrinking.
Russell, MJ, good. Yes, restructuring means what? Changing the structure. But this specific case, we're talking about downsizing and what? Laying people off, okay? Simplifying, downsizing. What's the major cause for this restructuring? IT, information technology, and what? Robot. Okay, so a lot of things, you use IT and robots. So the restructuring and downsizing is inevitable. In your future, you will find out there are fewer and fewer and fewer jobs. You really have to have your core competency. You have to compete with other people. Okay, because 10 people retire, they only hire what, 7 or 8, because they can use information technology to do those what, repetition kind of work. Okay, and after that, next one is talking about outsourcing. So what is outsourcing? Can someone tell me?
Does
Outsourcing.
not involve the use
Contracting
of
with
outside
another
company.
company.
Okay, Jordan Pierce first, then what? Blinksy? Okay, Jordan Pierce. Okay. Okay. Happen to both of you are Jordan. One is O-N, one is A-N. Okay. Yeah, outsourcing subcontract out. You contracting something out. Okay. Why do you want to do that? Save money. Okay. So in the 1990s and 2000s, so many companies subcontract 800 number to other company. Okay, because of labor force. Okay. Do I like it? No. Talk to someone Indian about the bank stuff. She has no clue. Okay, what's going on in the U.S. Okay, she has strong accent. Drive me crazy. I couldn't understand Chinese accent plus Indian accent. That's double worse. Okay, so outsourcing. What's the problem? Quality. Okay, you save money. That's good, but you compromise your quality. And I give you folks a very famous case last time is about what? Is about the Boeing 787. Yeah, 787. 787. Okay, you see this aircraft? Boeing 787. That's one of the what? Very beauty, great design, technology-wise, by the Boeing company. They spend more than $10 billion to develop this new aircraft. First year, 2 accidents happened because one, the subcontractor parts have some defect. Okay, so you save a little bit cost, billions of damage to your reputation, to people's comfort. It's not worth it. So outsourcing has been what? Gradually slowing down. People find out, okay, cost is not everything. Okay, the trust, the quality also very, very, very important. And of course, Donald Trump, okay, even his past president, he also tried to what? Discourage outsourcing because what? He has another agenda. Bring the job back to the USA. You see here, I mentioned what? In 2015, 2.5 million US jobs lost. Okay, so that's another reason outsourcing, okay, is changing back, insourcing, not outsourcing. Okay, today we'll be talking about 2 more challenges: empowerment and the self-management team. Okay, so what is empowerment? Anyone want to give a try? Empowerment is what? Adam, you just make yourself visible. Why don't you answer that? What is empowerment?
Like the expansion of knowledge and, I don't know, employees. I don't know, I'm not really sure.
Exactly. You expand employees' knowledge and decision making and make them grow. Young people, sometimes money is not everything. You want to make sure the job will provide you more opportunity and you can learn more skill. Certain company, you don't have a lot of money. Then what? You can trade a lot of empowerment opportunity with a little bit lower salary. I always like to use my daughter's case. Okay, 5 years ago, she graduated from college to offer 43, 38,000. She picked 38. I said, honey, do you know how to count? It's obvious. take the higher salary. You say, no, I like this job because I like the CEO, etc., etc., etc. Okay, she picked a company, starting up company. So my daughter and her boss, two of them, okay, start a new company. You know how many people they have now? 120 people. Okay, so her salary less than 40. You know how much she's making now? 120. Okay, 120. She managed 30, 40 people. Okay, so last time, year before the pandemic, we went to Seattle to another daughter of mine's home. On the way back in the airport, okay, we have some drink. I say, honey, who should pay? She's paying because she's making more money than I do. I'm just what? Stupid professor. I don't make that kind of money. Okay, UCA even doesn't pay me that. She's only what? 30. Okay. Of course, there are a lot of other things, but I want you to know. Sometimes it's a good investment. Of course, sometimes it's a bit luck. Okay, and not all the starting company can grow from 2% to what? 120 in 5 years. Not many. Okay, they are in the right field. Okay, to digital marketing. So empowerment. Okay, I want you to know empowerment is what? Very, very, very important. Okay, for another company. Self-management team. Why the teamwork is important? In the 1910, Ford started to introduce Model T. Guys, have you folks heard about Model T? Have anyone heard about Model T? I mean, you see the movies and the Model T is what? One of the mass production cars. Make a lot of money. So they use what? Mass production to produce the Model T. Okay? So everyone doing what? Little things, then a mile-long production line. Okay? By several hours, a car can be made by this mass production line. Okay? They can drop the cost, okay, to what? $2,000 or $3,000, okay, back 1910. That's a lot, okay, a lot of what? Price drop. So Model T sold very well. Make Ford, okay, one of the very famous company introducing the mass production line. 1990s, 2000, Toyota, okay, and Honda, they beat American car manufacturing. GM, okay, Chrysler, Ford, they didn't do well. Declare bankruptcy, restructuring, Chapter 11. Why? Quality issue. Of course, price is not the issue. Quality issue. How did Japanese do a better job in the quality control? Mass production line is what? Sequential. Anything screwed up, you have to keep on moving. Can you reverse? No way. So Japanese chop the mass production line to what? Different self-managed group. So what happened is what? You group, okay, 8, 10 tasks to be a group. Then in the group, people can rotate. In the group, people can what? Double check everything. So self-management team has been started from Japan. Now you talk about a software company, you talk about another company, they always use what? Team in the group. And the next chapter we'll be talking about a group and the teamwork. Okay, I told you we'll do that. Chapter 15 before chapter 2. Okay, so we'll talk about that later. And I want you to know, okay, self-management team, okay, and the team approach is what? Also another major change. So empowerment and the self-management team will continue to be what? The change. Okay, restructuring continue. Outsourcing will not continue because what? Quality and what? A lot of government want to protect local employment. Okay, so the textbook we're talking about 4 different changes. okay? But the outsourcing is no longer true. How about challenge? Last section talking about challenge. 5 challenges. Building competitive advantage, maintain ethical standards, manage a diverse workforce, utilizing new information system and technology. The last one is practical global crisis. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay, it's for the company, competition, competitive advantage, or core competency are so important. Okay, and there are 4 building blocks for one, the quality control. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Efficiency, quality, innovation, and how fast response to customer. We will have a chapter talking about competitive advantage. So I'm not going to talk about it too much. Okay. And after that, second one, ethical and social responsible standard. Okay. And why do we want to do ethical and take care of the social responsibility? Because if you company want to increase sustainability and profitability, you do everything ethical. Maybe you cut your profit a little bit, but what? You probably increase your revenue tremendously. Okay, I can give you a lot of examples. And let's take a look at here. Build up the trust with employee. Yes. So internally, if you do everything ethical, okay, then people are what? More likely to be what? Committed, and the turnover will be less. Because you do everything fair, you do everything what? Equitable. You build up a reputation with customer, okay? Because you are so ethical, people know they can what? Have confidence to buy your stuff, okay? And nothing will change your expiration date, or everything is what? They can trust you because they think your company is an ethical company. So that can give you what? More revenue. So a lot of companies want to be ethical because what? They are focused on the revenue and what? Sustainability. You want repeated customer, you want to have a reputation about ethics. Also what? Government, community, and society, okay? If you do everything ethical and you be socially responsible, of course, okay, government, community, and society will like you, okay? So everything ethical is important. We will have a chapter talking about ethics, okay? Once we get there, we'll discuss it. And Call Your Business also give me assignment. I have to give you additional assignment to have you write a short paper on the ethics issue. And I will try to post it later, okay? So this is the ethics issue. Now I want to talk a little bit about the open case. We have a window case talking about Wells Fargo. This is the bank logo, Wells Fargo, okay? And since the time is not allowed, so let's talk about Wells Fargo. So first of all, how many of you knows Wells Fargo? Anyone do banking with Wells Fargo? No.
I have a
You
I have
do.
yes, I have a personal loan through them.
Why did you pick a Wells Fargo, Marie?
It's because I had my grandmother was gonna be a co-signer for the loan.
Oh, then why did she pick the Wells Fargo? Let me see.
She's in Texas, and she's just really been familiar with them, and she likes doing business with them.
Yes. Okay. So thank you. I mark your name down. Your last name is Rachel, right? No. No. Your last name is Fleming.
Yes.
Okay. So Fargo, Wells Fargo is not a big famous bank. Okay, and it's most popular in the big cities. Okay, and so most of us we don't know Wells Fargo. Okay, and Wells Fargo 2016 got all kind of problems. They got $185 million fine. Okay, that's including federal and the state, okay, $185 million. They also have to pay $142 million what? Reimbursement and the refund to customers. So you know one scandal costs what? $327 billion. Okay. What's the major reason for that? Cross-sell ratio. Okay. So what is cross-sell ratio? Anyone know? What is cross-sell ratio?
So it's basically, as far as I understand, when a company wants to sell like multiple accounts or multiple products to each customer. And so I think Wells Fargo, it said, was trying to sell 8 accounts to each customer whenever they came in to like buy 1 or maybe 2 instead.
Yes. So thank you. That's correct. So you go to buy a car. They want to say, do you want this stuff? You want leather chair? You want to buy the extended warranty? You want to get a loan? So what? You buy one car, you come out what? With 6, 7, 8 products. Okay? For bank. Okay? You go to the bank, you open a checking account, they say, oh, you need an ATM card. Oh, by the way, our credit card have 2% bonus award, okay, for the grocery shopping or something. So they want to what? They want you to purchase or buy or open more accounts. And this company CEO was crazy. You know what? He wants people to have what? 8 is great. It's an unrealistic quota. How can you go to a bank? I don't know anyone work in the bank. People want to open one account, and the CEO require you to open 8 different accounts. You cannot do it. You don't belong here. So guess what? People have fake account. You see what? Why do they get this fine? They open 1.5 million checking and saving account and 500,000 credit card without what? Customers' consent. It's crazy. You have a credit card you don't even know. They open a credit card for you already. Okay, so that's a big fraud. Okay, so that's why the company get what? $185 million. Okay, fine and what? $148 million reimbursement to the customer. Okay, and of course they fire the CEO, and they also have what? Congress, okay, hearing about this scandal. It's a big thing. Okay, he still trying to cover it, so they finally get rid of him. Okay, and I want to give you some common sense. U.S. Bank. Wells Fargo used to be number 4, number 5. Now it's number 3. Citibank used to be number 1. Now it's number 4. Chase used to be number 3, number 4. Now it's what? Number 1. Why? Because Chase and the JP Morgan merged. JP Morgan is a big one. Equity company. They do a lot of what? Stock trading and finance. Okay. So for the US, the top 4 banks, 1, 2, 3, 4. The top 4 banks, they got what? Trillions of what? Revenue. Okay, so these are, okay, restructuring a little bit. Citibank didn't merge with anyone, so they are number 4 now. Used to be number 1. Number 2 still number 2. Then number 4 moved to number 3, and the number, this Chase used to be number 4, number 5 is number 1. Okay. Globally, take a look. Okay, our bank, US, is what? Number 7, number 8, number 13, number 50. Okay, and the top 1 are China. Top 4 are all Chinese bank, because these 4 are what? Government-owned bank. So that's different. Then we have a what? A Japanese bank. HSBC is a British bank, but now it's based on what? Hong Kong. Okay, they also have very big, okay, assets. So that's the situation. Okay, then we have a couple ones in Spain, okay, another China, Japan. Okay, so give you some basic idea, okay. Our top 4 banks are top 15, 13, 8, and 7 in the world, okay. And challenge management in a global environment. Okay, why do we want to talk about the bank? Because what? We talk about what? Managing things ethical. Okay, they didn't do ethical stuff. Okay, so they got a lot of problems. So that's number B. Number C, we'll move to, okay, diverse. Okay, why diversity is important? I just mentioned it. Okay, in Microsoft. Okay, global environment needs what? More diversified employees. Diversified talent can what? Stimulate more innovations. Okay, and they can increase the motivation and the commitment if you are more diversified. Okay, and it's also the right thing to do. Since we have a chapter talking about diversity, okay, so I'm not going to mention it. However, I want to talk about something very interesting. Today, okay, I find out Arkansas legislature won restrictions on teaching social justice and diversity. Okay, that's today's news. Okay, and so we have 2 congressmen, state legislature, they propose. Okay, and K to 12 and the public university and the community colleges, they are banned to teach social justice and diversity. Okay, and they have 2 reasons. The first reason, because these kind of things will promote the overthrow of the U.S. government, and also they are going to what? Promote the division among different groups. And we should be integrated. We should be united. We shouldn't be more divided. Okay, I'm picking on you. CM Fox, what do you think? What's your opinion?
So I actually heard about this yesterday or maybe the day before from my mom because she teaches gender studies at a public university. And so she is not happy about this because that's like her favorite class to teach. And so she wouldn't be allowed to if this got passed. I think that it's pretty dumb. I think that I don't see how it would promote the issues if you're talking about, you know, justice between different, you know, racial groups or gender groups. I think that, I don't know, it seems like they have maybe an agenda behind it, but I don't know.
They try to avoid further division, okay, among groups in our country, and they try to avoid what? Overthrow of the U.S. government, okay? A little bit narrow-minded, okay? I mean, these are the problems happen in what? January 6th in Capitol, Washington, D.C., okay? And we have differences. We should promote what? Discussion, mutually understanding, okay? Just ban this, ban that, especially education. Politician is politician. Get involved with the content in the freedom of speech. It's not a good idea. By the way, the state of Arizona has a similar bill. Was what? Vote down. Okay? So it's possible, I think, if Arkansas state legislatures have some wisdom, okay, this probably won't pass. Okay? But that's my personal opinion. I think this is a big issue. Okay? The future of the country, we should be more united or more divided. Okay? Actually, we should what? Try to be more tolerant, like Biden says, and try to reunite it. Otherwise, the competition from China, the competition from EU, okay, and going to destroy us, okay. And yes, we want to fight, but the most important thing is what? Americans should be regrouped, okay, reorganized, rethink about our priority, and reunited together, okay, to be able to compete with what? The global world, okay. So this is interesting stuff, and we talk about the social justice, and we talk about diversity, and I think our state legislature moving towards the opposite direction. Okay, it's a little bit disappointed, but everyone is welcome to what with their ideas. The next challenge is what? Of course, important one: IT, e-commerce, big data, enterprise information system. Okay, data analytics. Okay, so I encourage a lot of students to consider the IT or IT-related field, because in the future, a lot of jobs going to disappear. You want to maintain a good paid job, you have to consider something: IT and marketing, IT and the management, IT and MIS, IT with anything. Okay, so that's a new challenge, and we'll be talking about it. I'll give you more cases, more company, and tell you how that works. And I encourage you to consider that. Okay. The last one, I think, I will give you one more minute. Talking about crisis management. What is crisis management? Okay. Could be natural causes, could be what? Human causes. Both of them are very, very unique for the past 10 years. Okay. People randomly shooting in Walmart. Okay. And all kind of chaotic situation can happen. So how to manage it? Okay. Whenever we talk about the planning and strategy chapter, I will mention again, we always have to have a scenario plan by building. Why we want to do it by building? Every building is different. COB, College of Business, new building. Vertex, old building. The layout, the structure, everything is different. So if a fire happen, earthquake happen, random shooting happen, bomb threat happen, every building has to have one different plan to helping people to cope with. Okay, so I just want to mention, okay, to do the crisis management, we have to focus on what? Scenario plan. We have to focus on what? Building, okay, specific plan. Then, of course, we have to have what? Chain of command and teamwork and different things, okay? And that's a very unique thing for the future manager. You have to learn how to handle the crisis management. Equity, diversity, competitive advantage, IT, and what? Crisis management. These are the 5 important things. Thank you for joining me, and I'm happy with so many students, more than 10 students talk, and encourage you still come to class and try to learn something. Before I let you go, have a nice weekend, and do not forget you have assignment due on Monday. Okay, Monday midnight, but try to do it over the weekend. Any other question? Okay, someone mentioned it. I didn't post the textbook PowerPoint chapter 1. I'll double check if that's the case. Okay, I posted recording yesterday. In the future, we'll try to post the class recording the same day, but a bit later. Okay, and for you folks, you are in the classroom, you don't really care about the recording, but if you want to revisit some of my lecture stuff and discussion, you are welcome to come to the recorded videos. Okay, if no further question, it was a nice weekend. Okay, and thank you for joining me, and I'm very happy we have more than 30 students.